It's the Black Aaron broadcast. It's the Black Aaron podcast. It's the Black Aaron broadcast. Gang, gang, gang! He's that funny young guy to talk to. Always seem to have a good talk. Always coming back around. Have a friend and half a come and try to sit down with him. Have a drink and have a talk. Smoke a blunt, maybe it's whiskey. Think about the world at large, cause Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Sarah Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Sarah Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Welcome to episode 14, Black Aaron Broadcast. I have a wonderful guest on today. He will get a delicious intro. And I'll start out by saying this is the only guy I know who managed to convince his wife to have their wedding at or I think it was a honeymoon at a heavy metal festival in Germany. I thought that was pretty cool. Wacken Open Air. We'll talk about that. He's definitely a bit of a heavy metal head. He's an Army Infantry veteran, a fellow veteran, two deployments in Afghanistan. And he's my new friend via the Veteran Resource Center. A great guy. I think it's only proper. Hey, 17 years. We had freaking September 11th this week. Let's represent with some vets, bro. Let's get the vets out here.
Let's do it.
This is my friend, Mr. Vincent Fenno, aka Bustos. Welcome to the show. There you go, Bustos. I had a fellow Marine in my platoon named Bustos.
Dude, that name is like really common. If you think about it, like I've been in 2 different units and I've seen like 7 or 8 Bustoses.
7 or 8 Bustos.
Yeah. So I kind of like switch it up because my last name's hyphenated. I'm Fenno Bustos.
Yeah.
So I kind of just go by. You know what? I'll either throw them off by saying my full Fenno Bustos.
So is Fenno your maiden name before you got married?
So so I found out that about 8 years ago when I first joined.
Yeah.
My last name was hyphenated.
Okay.
So I go to the recruiting office and everything, and I'm like, oh, can I see your social security?
Mm-hmm.
And I show it to them, and they're like, man, you have a really messed up name. I'm like, it's just Bustos. And he like flips it over and shows me it says Fenno - Bustos. Like, that's your last name.
What, in like the social security system or something?
On my birth certificate, on my social security card, it says Fenno Bustos. And I'm like, damn, man, my parents got lazy.
Did you speak to your mother about that? Be like, what's up with that?
I think I mentioned it to her, and I joke with people and say that my parents did get lazy, and they're like, you know what, let's just give them 2 last names, see if that'll throw people off.
Yeah.
But I think because I don't know why, I gotta ask her. I'll text her about that.
Yeah, it's all good. We're not gonna give mom too much trouble. No. So I'm glad you're on today. And first let me ask, how are you doing today? How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. This is my first time coming to campus this early.
Oh, sorry about that.
I always plan my schedules around being here after 1 o'clock. So like I don't know LA traffic at all. Well, only the fact that I know that
stay away from it when you can.
Yeah,
it's trash. LA traffic is absolute trash.
So, but I got here in about 40 minutes and, slept decent.
Mm-hmm.
Got some studying done. I can't complain.
Left the belly of the beast, Garbage Grove.
Garbage Grove.
Does it deserve that name? Garden Grove, aka Garbage Grove?
Sometimes the smell. It's
really?
It's hard to escape because there'll be some parts where you're leaving Anaheim, or how other people call it, Anacrime.
Anacrime. I was going to ask you about that too. Go ahead.
Around that area, it's fine, but as soon as I try to turn on to the 22 in that area,
mm-hmm.
damn, it's bad.
Yeah.
Sewage line lake or something. I don't know, but
I don't know what they got going on there. I mean, it's right next to Westminster, which is shady in itself.
No comment.
No comment. You don't want the black dragons to come after you
or
some other import gang.
I do my best to just stay in my little bubble. I'm like a Garden Grove, Anaheim guy, so I'm at Disney and all that crap all the time.
Okay, so. Yeah. So you're all up in the Disney. Have you been fully indoctrinated into
Disney Pass, man?
I don't mess with Disney like that. I ain't going to Disney unless I'm getting it for free. I'm not going. I'm not paying for parking. I
got the what is it? The signature, which is like, I don't know. It's like so many weird tiers now, man.
They got you that top level consumer tier. You got that Costco pass,
bro.
Disney.
Let me tell you though,
they got
that
you, bro.
parking that adds up big time, and
it's huge.
I don't want to deal with it, so that's why I'm like, I'll just deal with getting the signature. I don't have to pay for parking. It's cheap date night. In the long run, if you break it down, it's the cheapest date night.
If ever. What for the? You're talking about like if you already have a pass and.
So like yeah, if you buy a pass and you do like the regular payment thing, I'm not going to be a spokesman because I don't work for them, obviously.
You're already talking them up, bro. You're already talking them up.
Oh, that's the pass holder mentality, man. You're either a total jerk or you're a total like diehard into it. But it's if you break it down by month, and if you got like you're living on a budget, if you break it down, you'll see that it's only like $60-$70 a month for unlimited times going to Disney.
I guess it's cool, man. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, my wife, she does kind of like Disney, but she never is like trying to force me to go because I mean that would have ended the relationship right there. We wouldn't even be married. But we'll see how crazy when my kid is born, how like if he's trying to go or stuff. I don't know. If he's anything like his dad, he's not going to give a crap. We'll just go shoot guns or do martial arts or punching bags, do pull-ups and push-ups.
Do both. Man. It's gonna be awesome.
Just go swim. But let's see here. So Disney, how are you doing today? Anaheim is Anacrime? Is because you said
I grew up in Santa Ana.
Okay, so yeah, because I on a pre-interview I asked you where'd you come from. You said Anaheim, Santa Ana, a little bit of Las Vegas. But how was that growing up in Santa Ana?
I loved it. All my friends and who I consider family.
Yeah,
they're all there. Not that it's a bad thing. It's
well, people are gonna talk stuff about Santa Ana.
Listen,
depending on where you are, it's interesting.
I like it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have an issue with any part of Orange County in general.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people.
I don't like Irvine. Fuck Irvine. Punk ass.
Bro, have you been to like the hot pot places out there, man?
What are the hot? Oh, you talking about like places that like where they?
I think they rival
expensive food, like good food.
No, I'm talking about like Korean hot pot and.
Oh, I've been to a ramen house there that was actually pretty good. Oh, we got somebody said. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna ask about the wife. Is that your wife, Hazel Fenno?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to know what kind of wife is like down to go to the heavy metal festival in Germany.
Oh, I'll get to that.
Go Sharks. Somebody said go Sharks. Is that
that's my boy Matt.
Is that the Sharks up north
in San Jose? Yeah.
Really? Hockey fans? Are you a hockey fan?
Oh, dude. Well, I'm a Ducks fan.
Man, my stepdad would hate you. He's a big time Kings fan. He doesn't play that.
I like the rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
I love hockey more though. I would rather. I mean, I'm not like this diehard. I'm not going to go into stats with you on individual players.
No, please don't.
Because I deal with that enough with my buddy Matt.
Yeah.
Saints. I'm kidding. Who dat? I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But those people that just pick a stat from out of the air and they're just like, oh, back in '72, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I can't do that. I'll tell you that the team was good. XYZ years ago. So.
Oh man. Okay, so we know you're a fan of the Sharks. That's right. The Ducks. The Ducks.
Come on, man.
You're a Ducks fan. Okay. Who dat? You got lots of fans. Look at all your fans there. Hey, that's a nice jumper. Somebody. Is it?
Yeah.
A romper. It's a romper. It goes right here.
It's just I added on. It's a cloak now.
That is hilarious. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and talk about how you met a woman who was gonna let you take the wedding like cross country all the way to
Cross country. This is
like
cross Atlantic.
Cross the Atlantic to freaking a heavy metal festival in Germany. How like just
So
give me the man version though.
She cool.
A little more than that, but you know.
So my wife Hazel.
Yes.
I love.
Better say that, boy.
I
love you too. I love you too, Tanisha. That's my wife.
Yeah, everyone.
Shout out to the wives. Okay, we're done.
All right, that's out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I met her in 2015.
Okay.
And as do all relationships, start off very kind of in that timid, awkward stage between the two. She wouldn't let me hold her hand. Let's put it that way. but no, she's a strong woman, and
nice.
Further past the first date mark over the first couple months.
Yeah.
I had told her that at the time I was going to this festival in August. We met in February. I was going to the festival in August. And she's like, "Oh, what kind of music is it?" And I said, "Oh, it's a metal show. Or not just a show, but it's a festival.
It's a festival.
It's balls to the wall, everything festival.
It's the Wacken Open Air Festival.
Wacken Open Air.
Wacken?
I've heard so many interpretations.
It's a town too. It's like Wacken
it's a small little village, man. It's the coolest thing in the world.
It's a little village.
It's like maybe like 200, 300 people. Don't quote me on the census, but
okay.
But anyway, I told her about it when we first started dating, and she's like, "That's cool." Like I listened to from her, and she's like, I listen to punk, and
that's your impersonation of her voice.
I listen to punk and kidding. She's like, I listen to punk, but I listen to like a lot of top, like radio stuff,
like top pop. Yeah.
And
okay,
that's cool.
Billboard.
And it's funny too. She also listens to like sometimes J-pop too, which she's all about that.
K-pop or J-pop?
K-pop, J-pop.
Oh, Japanese, Korean. Okay, I got it. I'm in the lingo. I know the lingo.
Some genre, but she's like, that's cool. Like I listen to all these other types, but I've never really ventured into heavy metal. And I'm like,
okay,
well, maybe when I get back, like we can, think about going to shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I go over there, and it was the second time I went in 2015, and it was incredible. It rained up to parts of like almost to your knees. Yeah.
It like you're there, you're at the festival, you're enjoying the show, and the rain's just like.
In some parts, but in the actual festival grounds, it only goes up to like your ankles, a little bit past. Not that that's any consolidation.
Like on a hill, so it's like going away from it, or
it's on a cow farm or cow pasture.
It's like Coachella in Germany, heavy metal.
I wouldn't have traded it for the world though, because like the experience is just, I went there by myself.
Yeah,
I didn't know anyone that was going.
That's badass. That's a good way to go to shows.
It even if you're just going to like regular concerts, man. You throw on like a metal shirt or like one of your bands that isn't playing.
Yeah.
And, you go to whatever.
Don't be a newbie. Don't wear the. Is that the.
I when I have the cash, I usually pick up a shirt or whatnot from a show if I really, really love the band.
Yeah.
But, I got my arsenal of. My closet is just black, dude. It's just like.
As is mine.
Black metal shirts. Black metal and. The genre black metal shirts, but anyway,
cool.
But anyway, while I was there, I was sending pictures back to her, like, look at this band playing. You got Judas Priest, you got Cradle of Filth, and I'm not too big of fans of them, but just as an example, to like throw a name out for her, because I didn't at the time I didn't know who she would know,
who she would know, or who she was into and stuff like that.
And she's like, one of the days, like, let me see like a picture of like the festival, like the actual, if you can.
Send her a little panorama.
Yeah, so I sent like a panorama, and it's literally 75,000 people in the cold, damn.
They're just
wind.
there.
Yeah, some of
they're
them
there for the metal, man.
Yeah, dude, it's. And the cool thing too is like, because I went by myself, I got to meet really cool people. Like I have friends from all over the world now.
Oh, dude, that's
so
cool.
Some of my best friends, me and Hazel's best friends, are from Australia.
Awesome.
And then I have friends from the Amsterdam, from the Netherlands, from Japan, Denmark, Norway.
Cool. So
And-
you can like visit them maybe in the future.
My friends from Australia visited us when they were out here. And
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Australia, big up.
shout out to Martin and Beck, man. They're the coolest people in the world. And they're also huge hockey fans too.
Beck. That's his name?
Martin. Martin and his girlfriend.
Oh, his
Beck.
girl's name is Beck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So no Becky. They got Beck.
This
Or
is
it
probably
short for Becky?
this is gonna sound bad, but I only know whenever someone says my name is so and so, I will only know you by so and so name. So when she said my name is Beck, which is also like her Facebook page,
Yeah.
I only know her as Beck. So I don't know if it's short for anything. So sorry.
Yeah. That's cool, man. You don't have to know everything. So you met her, you just met her out, I guess, because you didn't say exactly where you.
Oh, we online.
Okay.
No.
No,
No,
they're
and
not,
I'm-
dude, that's how everybody. I mean, a lot of people meet online.
And you know, it took a minute to. I won't get into it because I know
Okay.
she's gonna like hit me.
like,
But it took
no, Hazel, stop! Why are you doing that?
through the phone.
That's okay. If you don't want to do, that's fine.
But we met online. Our first day was in Santa Ana.
Oh,
That's why another reason why that city's special to me.
oh,
And we had the coolest bro date ever. I swear. We tacos and beer. Tacos from a street cart vendor.
oh, that's
And-
extra romantic.
Bro. It was great. It was great. We got a little buzzed before we drank first, and then we walked around just talking nonsense. And then,
Oh, that's cool, man.
yeah, she's a sweetheart though. I love her.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love Hazel already. She's a great person. Oh man. So let's see
Oh.
here. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wanted to mention though, like after I showed her those pictures of the festival, she was
Uh-huh.
like, "I have to go."
Oh,
like I was on the
yeah.
phone with her. She's like, "Game over. We have to go." Like
Yeah.
together. So that night, the tickets go on sale for the next year,
Uh-huh.
the day after the festival, and they
Uh-huh.
always sell out within 48 hours.
Okay.
So I'm like, "You need to tell me. Do you want to do this?" And she's like, "Absolutely, 100%." So I'm like,
So you guys you met online, and then like you went out, you dated, no holding hands. We're beer.
first like week, yeah.
Okay,
week or two.
that's fine. And beers, tacos. You were sending her pictures from the show, and then you got back, and she was down to go like the next year.
Yeah,
or-
we were already dating March, April, May, June, July. About 5.5, 6 months.
Okay.
At that point, and the festival is in August, so we had
Mhm.
like another year to plan,
Mm-hmm.
like everything out.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't know how to go about it because like at one point I wanted to camp, like actually because it's in a cow farm.
Yeah, because you can camp, you can probably get hotels, you can probably do
not so much hotels. It's really expensive.
Bed and breakfast, something.
It's
or-
really expensive.
Really expensive.
You
Okay.
you're gonna want to take the train, bring your camping gear,
Yeah.
and then set up. Or what I do because I think I'm bougie about it. I rent a car, and I just like I don't
camp
want
in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, like a
absolutely.
pickup truck or something.
No, just like
A car,
just a
like a station wagon.
like a beetle.
Beetle. How do you get a? You're a big guy, bro.
Oh,
How you getting all that in a Beetle though?
no. Well, okay, that's a bad. I don't want to say like a smart car because it's not.
You
but
just
it-
lay on the top of it like this. It's like under the stars, though. Under the stars.
But that's just cold, man. That's just cold. No, like a mid-sized sedan. kind of
Okay.
thing. And then you just lay the seat back, throw a blanket over you, go boots up, and then it's a 10 in the morning to 3 in the morning event.
Holy crap! So did you guys get married there?
No.
Or did you?
I should have clarified that.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure. I just know there was like honeymoon merit something around that.
We got married May 26th in Tustin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got married. Like everyone was saying, like, are you gonna do the honeymoon like right after? Like,
Uh-huh.
no, we're gonna get married first. I still had some classes I had to do over the summer.
Yeah.
and I'm trying to get that degree, man. And
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Over it.
And but yeah, we got married in Tustin, beautiful venue, and
Yeah.
beautiful day, open bar,
Oh,
and
turn up.
yeah, I had a lot of vet friends too.
Oh god.
Game over.
Those damn pesky vets. You're lucky, man, because where did you go for your basic training and stuff like that?
Oh, switching. I went to Fort Benning, Georgia.
Yeah.
Which at the time before 2009, I went to Fort Benning and I was in the infantry.
Okay.
MOS 11 Bravo. So.
Okay. And in the Army, because like I was in the Marine Corps, I know we have like they call us pogues, people who other than grunts and whatever. Do you guys use that term
Absolutely.
in the Army? Okay, so you
fluently, frequently, happily. No, we do use it, and it's in. I have some friends that what do you call it when we were deployed?
Yeah,
or even some of them that were on the drill sergeant trail. I heard Pogadishu.
What's Pogadishu? What is that?
Just my assumption, at least from the
your interpretation.
My interpretation of that would be if you're on like a big fob or like air base or whatever, while you're deployed, which is another term like fobbit.
Oh, what is that?
It's like a base dweller that doesn't leave the wire, doesn't work out, doesn't do.
They just sit in their barracks and they don't do anything.
Playing Call of
Duty. Just eat food, eat food, play Call of Duty, no exercise, no leaving to do stuff.
They come back fatter and more broke because you see them buy like all like the nice gear and like they don't. It's all clean and it's like, oh, those are nice Oakley gloves that you paid $200 for, and they're not ripped up. Get out of here. Pogue.
That's so funny.
But I use it jokingly.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends that are not. I was gonna say that are pogues.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that are not combat MOSs, which it's totally fine. I mean, it's not that I care in the sense. It's like you at least you joined. I look at it like that, especially like from the time when I joined, there wasn't much going on. There wasn't,
because you joined in 09?
09, yeah.
Okay.
And I was living in Vegas at the time. I was a high school dropout for a moment. I went to a recruiter.
Big up, high school dropouts. Did they let you get in with or did you have to get a GED?
They told me to go back. I was still 17 at the time. So
get your ass back to school.
Yeah, no, they're like,
if you want to shoot these guns, gang. Need at least a high school education to let these caps off, bro.
I went to the Army recruiter and they're like, listen, we can't let you in unless you have a high school diploma.
Yeah.
So go get that done. We have an accelerated program that, well, they don't, but they directed me to a program that I got my high school diploma.
Get you the diploma. Okay.
And then as soon as I turned 18, signed the paperwork, 2 months later, I was at Benning. And it was fun.
How was so?
It was not
because you go to some basic training. I'm assuming like kind of Marine Corps. We do like 3 months or something, and then we go to like if you're infantry, you go to like I think your school's a little different. You go to a school of infantry, but it's a little different. But if you're
it's so I know for the Marines you got the SOI.
Yeah, they have SOI, and I think I had Marine combat training. It's like MCT
something. Yeah, I've heard
I'm
something.
Pogue.
It's just to get like non-combat MOSs to like refresh and whatnot.
Yeah.
In the
So do you have war? Yeah. So after your basic training, do you have like a specific infantry?
It's called OSIT. Oh god, the acronym just defeats me. It's like one unit duty station, something.
Okay.
And one station unit training. I think that's what it's called.
One station unit training. Okay.
And so you'll go to basic training and you'll do the basic training portion, which is like 8 or 9 weeks, and then you get a family day pass.
Yeah.
And then you have a another additional 4 to 5 weeks. Again, it's been a minute.
Like a break in between.
Yeah, and then the next 4 to 5 weeks is nothing but it's like an elongated smoke fest. It's because it's
the smoking.
No.
Okay, no.
It's not hotboxing and like
it's just
Bradley.
Like more infantry like smoke. It's like extreme physical
activity
like push-ups, pull-ups, or whatever.
And then on top of that too, they really get it. They emphasize on like, okay, this is how you read like really go in depth with map reading and
land navigation,
land nav, and actual like close quarter like CQB, like close CQBs, close quarter combat.
Okay.
And then just getting really fine-tuned in what you're going to be doing once you get to the big boy army. And so you finish that, you go through your infantry training.
Yes.
You graduate. I took a minute because I actually broke my foot
Uh-huh.
while I was in, which really sucked. Because,
Wow. And you're one of those people that broke your foot during your infantry training,
Mhm.
and
Twice.
Twice. God, you're one of those, but you obviously
because I had nothing when I came. Like, I don't want to make it sound like I'm macho or anything because I'm not. But like, I had nothing if I were to come back without finishing. So it's like I need to do this.
Yeah.
Because I have no.
There's no other prospects.
There's no other anything when I get back.
So you were in it to win it, brother.
And then, but once I broke my feet twice, and then
that's crazy.
I finished the process of like, the training and everything. I watched everyone walk. That's
the worst when you get separated from your platoon and there's a few cycles and you watch everybody go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I was just like, the drill sergeants like actually treated me like a soldier at the time. Like, listen, all you need to do is just heal up your foot, pass your PT test, and then just go
to your unit.
Yeah.
And where did they send you?
My first unit was in Germany. I was in Vilseck, Germany with
Really? God, you guys got all the cross or the water stations. We don't got none of those.
Well, I mean, if you look back on it, like the whole going back to World War II, it's the Marines occupied, not occupied, but helped liberate, however you want to. Oki.
Yeah, some of the Southeast Asia.
That's y'all.
Yeah, but you guys were down. You guys were in Europe and stuff, so that's where you're. Okay, that makes sense.
So
post World War II. So how was your first duty station? How was that?
Cold. Cold, man.
So Germany's cold as
well. Let's put it this way. I have a friend that told me this story, and I was training with I was in my unit for a little bit before they moved me to headquarters. And while we were training, my buddy told me that when he first got to the unit's duty station around like a month prior to me, he was a machine gunner. So he's on the ground laying down, and he's post up with his saw.
In Germany,
cold. It's like 11:30, somewhere between 11:30 and like 2 a.m. I can't give you the time frame, but it was snowing and it was kind of rainy as well. So like they were kind of doing like a bounding movement where you react to contact and you get up.
Contact.
And he's talking guns, and it was his turn to get up and go. He was frozen to the ground, like from his bipod all the way to his toes. So he was frozen to the ground.
Damn.
So he's like moving, and he's just like, gunner or like AG, and he's like the ammo, or his assistant gunner. He just like grabs him by the back of his plate carrier and just like rips him up like it's Velcro off of the ground. He's got like this sheet of ice and there's dirt underneath. So it gets frigid out there, man.
I can imagine. So you when did you have your first, I guess, deployment to Afghanistan?
So I got to the unit in February of 2010.
Okay.
And I deployed June 2010.
So you got in around 09, you said?
09 and August,
like a year.
Around this time, 2009. Finished basic training, and I went to Germany, as I said. February, deployed June 2010. And I was stationed, or I got deployed to Southeast Afghanistan.
Okay.
And I was there from pretty much June to June 2010 to 11.
So almost like a whole year.
A whole year.
I thought the deployments were like 9 months.
This was before they switched it.
They shortened them.
They brought them down to. It depends on your job. I like the best way to put it is like the needs of the Army, like what when they need you.
That supersede everything, yeah.
But they did allow mid deployment leave.
Yeah.
So I was there for about June, July. I was there about 4 months, and I got slotted to go home on leave for 2 weeks.
And so how was that first, I guess, deployment? Like, what were your thoughts going in? Or
so compared to the two deployments, that was really, it was more of a mental game than anything, because you're 19, you don't know what the hell's going on. You're just kind of there, like, existing. And they moved me from my actual job down on the line to, again, as I said, in a headquarters position. And I'm just a private. I'm not doing anything like major. I'm just data entry guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucked because they trained you to do all this like high
you're
speed,
infantry.
high speed running and gunning and whatnot, and then hey, we need you to fill coffee. And, not necessarily.
Was that pissing you off?
It sucked.
Yeah.
It helped me see like how everything works at the top.
Mm-hmm. Like,
but it sucked. It was like watching, there was incidences where I saw a lot of my friends like, go through some stuff. And I was the one that had to report it. Like something would happen down in the
front line. Yeah.
They would report it to their talk or their central, like their command. And then that command would report it to me, to headquarters. And we had to document it, track it, inform the higher ups, like, hey, this is going on in this situation at this area. We'll keep you informed.
Yeah.
And it was cool, knowing how to do that. And I'm very grateful for the people that I met and the higher ups that I now call friends and brothers and sisters and whatnot. But it wasn't my job. I was working a desk job, and it killed me. Like it killed my soul. Like like
I'm familiar.
This is, but I think that's just the military in general. Like we're just gonna demotivate you and demotivate you some more.
So that was your first deployment.
First deployment.
And so what happened leading up to, I guess, and into your second deployment?
So a very long gap in between. I got back June of 2011, and I was still in Germany for another 8 months. I left in February 2012.
Yeah.
And I got to do the whole garrison life, know how that was, and that was fun.
What do you mean garrison life?
Exactly? So garrison life meaning like what it's like to be in a unit that isn't deployed.
Like the fleet, army.
Yeah, yeah. So like when you get stationed were you at Pendleton or?
I was in Okinawa, Japan, so I was at Camp Schwab most of the time. It's like a smaller base, but
so like your day-to-day job when you're there,
Marine Corps,
and most of the time for my position was just kind of like update your DEERS and your medical. Do you have an appointment?
DEERS, that's like, I forget what it stands for, but it's just like online kind of administration of your personal information stuff.
And that's pretty much all we did. And then about 4 months after we got back, we started doing our job, like what we
work up.
Yeah, like it's so like building the central command. It's called TOC, and setting up like the tents and helping bring in the computers and then set up the flooring and the lighting and whatnot. And then once it's all done, tear it down and do it again.
So you're getting used to, so you're kind of doing, I think it's what it's called, is kind of a workup.
Yeah.
It's like what you're doing, working up to a deployment that's going to be coming up in the future. Like you're building the command post, you're tearing it down, all the comm and stuff. And you're getting used to that. Like, cause that's one portion of what you're going to.
Yeah. And then that sucked. But that's just Big Daddy Army telling you what to do, and I respect that, even for my age at the time, because I was 20.
Yeah,
make it sound so long ago, but 7 years, 8 years now.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I did that for 8 months, and then I got orders to go to Fort Stewart, Georgia, and when I got there in, I believe it was April. 2012. The unit was awesome. I mean, the leadership that I had at times were kind of shoddy, but again, that's just.
But this is a new unit. This is like a full-on infantry unit.
Yep.
Okay.
And I got to do my job for a little bit, and then I angered someone up there because I ended up breaking my legs again while I was training.
You broke your leg during some of the training you're doing with that new unit in Georgia. Okay.
And then when push came to shove, they had orders to deploy again.
Okay.
For 2013.
2013 to deploy to Afghanistan?
Yeah. Okay. Around the same area.
And were you still healed up, or were you?
I was healing up when we got the orders.
And
they mentioned to me something along the lines of, hey, excuse me, we're well, it's not like we had like this one-on-one, me and the colonel.
Yeah.
But generally, everyone found out that, hey, we're going to be deploying, and we're going to this area, so on and so forth. Everyone is pretty much, unless you do something drastic and get kicked out,
you're going.
You're going.
You're fucking going.
Yeah, at 100%. And so I was bummed about that, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you know, it's just what.
So you weren't super gung ho. Hey, yeah, let's go back to Afghanistan.
Because I was more concerned with my leg because it wasn't
fully healed.
Exactly.
But they're taking you anyway, huh?
Yeah. And so when some leadership found out that I was still healing, they're like, all right, so you're out of the line unit, and we're gonna banish you to the arms room.
So
they deployed.
So what, you were like armory or
Armor.
something? Okay.
Meaning I was watching the guns and watching the ammo. You know, it was a fun job.
Okay.
All in all, but you know, I shouldn't say I never got to do my actual job, but you know, my needs were for doing that.
Okay.
And you know, I feel like I did okay.
Okay.
I wasn't the best armor, but I knew that's how I got to know my entire company.
Okay. Because they all have to come and come to armory and get weapons and whatnot.
And you know, it's not it's not a first name basis thing as is the military. It's all last name. But,
so how was that that experience over there? So you worked the armory and
but we weren't on like a well developed base. We were on a small. It was about the size of maybe, if you stretch it out as long as you can, maybe about 2.5 football fields ish. That was our base. It was just really widespread. I don't know. But we all were like this. Like we all were like super close. And you know, it was a defining moment in a lot of people's lives because that was I'm not trying to bring anyone down. No, but
you just speak the truth, bro.
The reality is like it was probably the worst time for a lot of people. You know, we lost five guys in a matter of a month and a half.
So you were there for 9 months or a year?
I'm sorry. I was there for about 6.5 months, only because I was getting out at the end of 2013, and they need you to have some time to like process out. So they were going to fly me back, and
in a month's time of being there, you lost.
This is towards the end of the deployment, and we lost 5 guys. One. I don't want to say any names, only because
you don't have to say the names. Just you know,
we had one incident first that was very tragic, and then the next one took the remaining 4, and you know, I was scheduled to leave that day.
The day that one passed, or the last 4.
I was scheduled to leave that day, and I as bad as the situation was, I asked the leadership at the time, like, is there any way that I can extend right now? Can I stay? I mean, it wouldn't have done any good in the long run. You just didn't like. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, losing some friends like that, and then like leaving immediately after, it just probably didn't sit right with you.
No, it really. It took me probably until I met Hazel to like really bounce back.
Kind of bounce back. That's when probably some of the healing kind of occurred.
Yeah. And it was, again, I don't want to make it sound like it was this patriotic defining moment in the sense of that, but it was something that
your perspective,
changed everything.
Yeah.
The world, religion, people,
the way you looked at everything.
I don't take anything for granted, period.
And that was like, because I asked you in a pre-interview question, like I don't know what the question was exactly, but it was just like, I think it was something that changed. Something that changed your life, and you said it was losing that many people. I think in that short period of time, and I can, because I haven't lost any friends in the military. There might be people I used to know that passed away. I had some friends that, you know, they're definitely different after they were in like some type of improvised explosion.
It's not it's not natural, you know. It's not to say that you can, whoever's watching or listening, or even yourself, you may have your own opinion about the situation over there. Yeah. But you know, the fact that a lot of people are experiencing it, it's not natural to like go through that. And it's surprising how many people have come out as strong and positive as they are than what I thought they were going to be, because a lot of people that I saw were just, you know,
torn up
in this, not so much torn up, but the sense that we were overworked to the bone. But you know, we did it You know,
Mhm.
like everyone that had their respective jobs, which I'm very
Mhm.
thankful and fortunate that they, you know, I can call them brothers. You
Mhm.
know, they were able to go through their day to day and
Mhm.
grind it out, and that's what makes. That's why I always say, like, whenever I talk to anyone about my experience, that
Mhm.
just seeing people that were able to go through such obstacles and
Mhm.
tribulations like that is just, it's incredible. And to come out as scathed as they did, but as, you know, whole and
Yeah.
worldly, it's incredible.
Still being able to function, you
Yeah.
know, after.
And I'm not gonna say, and there's a lot of people that I do know that, like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I've reached out to people, and because I'm like, I need help, like I need to talk
Yeah.
to someone.
Yeah.
And then I know I've had a couple friends that, you know, we have to go and like talk to them, or
Talk
vice
them
versa.
talk
Yeah,
them down. Yeah.
and you know, that's what's cool about it too, because we're all family. You know,
Yeah.
even if like, you know, at the veteran center or any center
Mhm.
that has veterans, you know, if we need to talk to someone, like, we can make time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You always got to make time for your friends, especially vets. I don't think people. It's weird. I feel like it's weird being a veteran, and like you see things from different angles. Like, you know, like you see things from when you're in, when you're out, how people talk about it.
yeah,
I don't think people quite.
I think the strangest thing, especially, you know, being that it's the 17th anniversary of 9/11,
Yeah.
a lot of kids, because that's how I see them now, like that
Mhm.
are coming to college,
Mhm.
they're learning about this stuff like in the year prior in school, or like the
Mhm.
years prior. Like, we grew up watching that
Yeah.
and seeing that their perception, they don't know, like, I mean, I can tell you exactly where I was when that happened,
Yeah.
and
As I
how,
could tell you.
yeah, and you know, they weren't even born, they weren't even a thought. And when they talk about the conflict over there, and I'm not saying that their opinion's wrong
Mhm.
or if it's right, but what I'm saying is that it's very stretched, it's very misinformed a
Yeah.
lot of the times. And, you know, especially in a college setting, it's like, you know, they're killing babies.
They
It's
talk
like,
lightly of
yeah,
it,
and
and
they're like,
just and they don't know what they're talking about.
and
Yeah.
and again, that's, I'm glad that they're passionate about it. I would rather them be concerned and knowing about a topic than to just be just idly just like, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that
They're at least talking,
yeah,
acknowledging something's going on over there.
and a lot of the times too, when, like, I don't know if you've ever had this, but like when they find out you're a vet,
Yeah.
they kind of like, did I say something wrong, or like, what do I need to do to like kind of, you
Correct
know, correct myself?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't. I mean, that's cool that they recognize that.
Mhm.
You better recognize. It's cool that they recognize, but at the same time, it's not like a threat. It shouldn't be a threat.
Mhm.
It should be civil discussion about
everything should be civil
Yeah.
discussion.
And if you're passionate about it, by all means, that's good too. But at the same time, it's like, you know, if you got questions or you feel like you're just blurting out your ass, like, let's talk about this issue. Let's talk about, you know, 9/11. Let's talk about the years that followed, that when we went into Iraq, and, you know,
Mhm.
I want to know your opinion, because, you
Yeah.
know, my opinion
Mhm.
is an overall worldly view as an American,
Yeah.
is that we got attacked and that we had to
Mhm.
do something.
Mhm.
And although I grew up watching the things that shouldn't have been necessarily taken, like the
Mhm.
actions, as swiftly, and I shouldn't even say swiftly, because things happen over time.
Yeah.
But as they went along, I felt it was my duty to at least, you know, I need to put my hat in the ring and
Okay.
make.
How old were you when you saw like the stuff happen, like 9/11 or whatever?
I just turned 10,
Okay.
and it was around 6:37 in the morning.
Okay.
6 in the morning around that time. So I was waking up getting ready for 5th grade. And
Oh wow.
yeah,
What were you?
I'm
What was
young.
going through your head? Were you even like?
I was waking up eating cereal with my brother, and we were just kind of like groggy, you know, little kids.
Yeah.
Cheerios.
Mhm.
And my mom walks into the living room, and she's like, she's on the phone with her one of her friends, and she's like, okay, I'll put on that channel. And she's like, hey,
somebody called her.
Yeah, go to this channel. Like, I don't know how to work the TV. Go to this channel. So we get the remote and put on the channel, and right when we turned it on, we saw a replay of there's a video, or I'm sorry, not a replay, because I don't think at the time they had the first hit yet. But we saw the tower on fire, and we were just like, are we watching like Die Hard or something?
Exactly.
And we didn't know like what was going on, because I thought honest to God, I thought my mom was like a really big fan of Die Hard or something.
Yeah.
Or like an
Didn't
action
think it was
movie.
real.
Yeah, and we're watching them like, wait, this is news. Like, should we be concerned? We're like watching my mom like react.
You're looking for her reaction to
Yeah.
see how you need to be reacting.
And she's just like watching it, and she was gonna go to work that day and everything, and she was all ready to go. And me and my brother, we were just like, you know, when our chonies, just like eating cereal, just like what
are we supposed to do?
Yeah. And so my mom kind of like got out of the daze, and she was just like, hey, let's go get ready, and we'll go to school and drop you off. And so get in the car, driving to school, and she immediately turns on to like I don't know, like NPR or whatever it was at the time. And that's when we heard that the Pentagon got hit. And she just fucking lost it, man. She was crying, and just like we didn't know like what we didn't know what the World Trade Center was. We didn't know what the Pentagon was. I mean, for 10-year-olds, like there's no way. There's no way a kid should know that. Yeah. And so my brother got dropped off first because he was at middle school at that point. And my mom is like, she didn't even say bye to him. She was just like, go tell. Oh, what did she say? She said, go tell. I know she just splurted it off the top of her head. But it's like, go tell the kids what freedom means to you. And I'm just sitting in the back, just, you know, listening to my mother cry, like the radio, like when, you know, the tower's going down, and we get to school, or I get to school, and she drops me off, and it's just that gloom, just like that. I don't know how old you were.
I was probably 16, 17. I had like literally just signed up for the Marine Corps.
Really?
Yeah. So like by the time I was in New Jersey, so the jets were like flying back and forth. And like I was on the computer in one room, and then I was like running to my mom's room because I used to watch TV. You know, they wouldn't have the, you know, I couldn't watch TV and whatever on the same thing with the electronic device like that back then. So I kept, every time I went to the bedroom, and it was whatever channel's on, because all the channels had the plane flying in the buildings. Like, why does it keep repeating this? Is this same thing? I thought it was like, is this Die Hard or a movie, or what is this? And then I got a call from my friend Eric, who I went into the Marine Corps in a buddy system, and he's like, dude, are you watching, dude? We just got attacked. He's like, we're going to war. And I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, dude. But at 16 or 17, going on 18 or whatever, I might have been 18. I was just like, fuck it. This is what I joined for. Like, let's go.
That's kind of the mentality I had too, because But that's aside the point.
Yeah. I didn't. When we didn't. Neither one of us ended up going over to Afghanistan or Iraq. Like I had volunteered actually to go over when I was stationed in Japan. Like a radio person. Yeah. We start training. We start getting all these shots and all this stuff, and they're not sending the unit. And you know,
I've heard that before. Where they like,
I don't know why they didn't send the. I mean, I don't know what the plans of the the commanding officers were and shit. But they had myself and a few other guys. We were doing all this training and getting shots and all these immunizations, and they ended up not sending the unit. And I was like excited. Tell my mom, yeah, I'm going. She's not excited. Yeah. And I was like disappointed when I heard we weren't going.
That talk is insane.
Yeah, I don't think any of my friends were really as excited as I was, but I ended up not going. I was disappointed, at the time. But thinking back on it years later, I'm kind of glad I didn't go, because I don't know what would have happened. Yeah, and they're still there, and what has really been accomplished, I don't. You know what I mean?
It's and everyone's got their own opinion about that, and I get it, I understand, and I would like to say, at least in the sense of like people that went to Iraq. I don't know your experience. I don't know their experience, and I don't want to talk for them. Only because that would be very disrespectful. Yeah. And however they see fit, if they feel like the job got done or it did not, that's on them. I would like to hear what they say though. As far as my experience goes, I feel like at the time we did our job really well, and we did what we were set out to do, and not so much in the sense of a combat mission, but more so of like a logistics and humanitarian, if you want to call it that. Especially my first deployment, very humanitarian aid based, building roads and, you know, helping schools and schools grow, provincial officers, like the people, like the officers out there like in the Afghan army, like grow and teach. And so, but yeah, it's just wild to think back all in all through like at least our experiences of like seeing when we were kids how it shaped the last 17 years.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. I did want to ask you, how's it been, I guess, transitioning to as a, you know, from active to civilian life as a veteran?
Yeah, like I mentioned before, like earlier, it took me about until the time I met Hazel to really get back into my groove. Because, you know, again, I got out, I only had 3 months to like really to out process and see whoever I needed to see while I was on base in Georgia. And it was not to their fault. It's just the planning and the timing of everything. It just kind of, that's just the way how it is. And a lot of physicians, when I was getting, I thought I was going to be doing a lot of dental work at one point, but they're like, any kind of treatment you might need or what, any kind of physical medical whatnot, you have the VA and they'll help you. And I didn't know the horror stories.
God. that's what they told you. They were
tell
like,
you, man.
they're like, don't worry about it. You know, you can get stuff done when you're out. We just need to get you out. We need to get you out of the military. Just go see the VA. It'll be cool. They'll take care of everything.
And, you know.
Oh, Lord. That's what they told you?
Yeah.
Dude.
It sucked.
Who are these people?
Civilian contractors.
Oh, man.
No.
They just didn't want to do it. They were like, nah, it's cool, man.
It's like, you know, we could extend you and do your medical packet, but, you know, I got lunch in like 30, so.
Yeah, because you could have claimed stuff while you were still in, and that will be on file and your medical thing. And then when they rate you for a percentage, then, you know, that'll all be there when you get out, and then it'll be a little easier dealing with the VA. But if they're telling you to just get out and get stuff done.
Yeah, I'm not to their discredit. They didn't say it like that, but you know, the mentality of just like, we can't do it.
Felt a little rushed.
It was super rushed, man. Oh my God. There was no way I was going to be able to do
all the stuff,
the things I needed to do. Cause again, as I mentioned before, I broke my leg like 6 times.
Damn,
when I was in.
You did. You broke it like once or twice.
Twice in basic.
Twice in basic.
Twice in Germany and twice in Georgia.
Holy shit!
I got the Moses breaking feet, man.
Dude, this guy right here, man. Dude, I never heard of nobody breaking it. Twice in basic, twice in Germany, twice in Florida or wherever, Georgia. Damn.
And I'm not gonna come off. I'm not a beast. I'm not a beast.
I am not a beast. I'm a man.
I was the world's most okayest like soldier. But you know,
okay man. He's okay. He's not that really special.
Oh my God. But anyway, going back to it though, it took me I came back home to Santa Ana or Garden Grove, and I went to school in Santa Ana. Santa Ana College. And they were like the foundation that helped me, like, okay, what do we need to, like, you know, well, I went to school there, so they kind of like how it is here at Dominguez Hills.
They had some vet center.
And helped me transition.
Talk to some other vets, help me transition and stuff.
But I didn't really utilize them probably until towards the end of that year of 2014. And you know, I mean, I'll just be honest, like I was in a dark place, and I know a lot of people, whether they saw anything or not, when they got out, they like, how do I need someone to tell me to do something, and I don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah.
I definitely, when I got out, and I wasn't, I didn't see any combat or anything. I got out because at some point I developed diabetes. So while I was in,
damn,
so they ended up just not like deploying me anymore.
Yeah.
So they ended up putting me at a desk and, you know, coffee and emails. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to die, kill myself. I was just like, this is horrible. So I did end up getting out. And
What year did you get out?
I got out like Halloween 04.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I got Halloween 04. I've been out a while.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know what to do with myself. I just did a lot of drinking. I did a lot of drinking for a long time and just
All the
partying
money,
and just
all the
whatever.
money that you saved up, just
gone.
Yeah. Pissed to the wind, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, it took a long, like, I mean, sometimes I still feel like I'm still adjusting in a lot of ways. Like, I miss certain parts about the military. Yeah, I still watch a ton of like videos online, like special ops.
Yeah, just like getting it in,
just
man.
everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time doing that.
I don't care who you are or like where you've been in the military. That shit pumps you up.
It gets you super excited.
I mean, I'm granted, I'm fat and overweight now, but like when you see that shit and you're like,
yeah,
man, I want to go fucking run like 3 miles, and then when you do that first quarter mile, you're like, I'm fucking dying. Let's go get a Cliff Bar and just chill out. Drink some water.
Cliff Bar, protein, man. I did something. I was there in that first quarter mile, man. Turn the corner.
Nope.
Yeah, man. No, it's good to be free. There were times where I was just like, for a long time I was just like trying to throw my demons into the void.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I just didn't know what to do. I don't know, because I had this whole plan.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm going to just go join. I'm going to deploy as much as possible. I'm going to do all this training. Maybe I'll get out, go private contractor, bro. I'll do like security for something. I was like,
yeah,
you know, but that didn't happen. I'm like, I'm a fucking civilian. Now what the fuck am I going to do? I'm just sitting out here. I'll go get a case of beer.
Guess I'll figure it out later.
Drink the whole case of beer. Drink the 12. Drink the 24. Drink the 6-pack. You know, just party.
I think that's everyone's plan, though. That's the thing. It's like you see all your buddies getting out and everything. They're like, I knew a lot of people that were just like, you know, that I can do a 320 PT test drunk and like just flying colors.
That's like a top level PF what is it? Physical fitness test?
Just PT test.
Yeah, it's like you can do you can max out on your whatever, your push-ups, your pull-ups, your sit-ups, your run time and everything drunk. Yeah. You know.
Like not just like I had like a beer last night. No, I'm talking about they just put the bottle down at 4:30 and checked into the unit at 5 in the morning. And they just, you know, I know those people. And, you know, when they got out, they were telling me like, you know, when CrossFit, I mean, CrossFit's still kind of a thing, but like,
CrossFit's weird.
I got a gym lined up for me. I'm going to blah, 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 XYZ. Meanwhile, they're like 6 months down the road. They're fatter than me, man. And you know, not to their discredit. I mean, they do whatever they want, man. They earned it.
They earned it.
If there's anyone that deserves to be fat, I mean, it's a lot of my friends.
You guys deserve this.
Here's a double cheese.
Yeah.
But you know, it's strange how a lot of people have that mentality. Is like, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna work out, and I'm gonna get a job and do all this stuff when I get out. And then after the first week, you're in your room, just like curled up in a burrito mode, and just like, I can't do anything.
I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, at all.
Oh man, I did see. What is Odin? Hazel said something.
That is my beloved dog, Odin Allpother, defender of the
All. Oh, you have a dog?
Yeah,
boxer. I have a dog. A boxer?
Yeah.
Is he nice?
He is. Don't touch his face.
Don't touch
like the first like 2 minutes you meet him, he's gonna sniff you out like any dog does.
Yeah.
And then once he starts like doing like the ass shake and like the little nub of his tail just like like you got to tell him to go outside, because this dog pisses everywhere.
Really?
Everywhere. He gets super excited when
he
meets you, and it's like, you know, but that's just how I raised him, where it's just like he sees me, he's about to pee, and I'm like, go outside, and he runs outside and he's just waiting there, just like wiggling, and I like grab his face and I'm like, rah, 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 and he's just peeing while he's
I got a dog. His name's Quasimodo. and he's like
Yes,
he's a I think he's like a Chihuahua and a Jack Russell mix or something.
That is bizarre, man.
But he's he doesn't bark, which is nice. He's not an annoying Chihuahua. He doesn't bark at all. Because if he barked, I would be like, get him out. I would have donated him, or be like, I'm not dealing with all this barking stuff. I'm trying to sleep, or people are coming over. So he doesn't bark. He just likes his belly rubbed, and yeah, he's a fun dog. I can't wait to see him.
Only problem is because Odin's I hear this a lot in purebred dogs. They have really bad skin problems. So it's
really
So he's got like a really he's always, since I've had him, he's always had like a red mark on his stomach. I figured it was because of we have rug in our house. Yeah. And I figured it's because like he lays out.
He rubs on the rug or something.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's Odin. That's Odin. I love him.
I did want to ask you your top. So you're metal person. So top 3 dead or alive bands. Oh, shit. What's that gonna be, bro? What's that looking like?
All right. So like.
Is this a difficult question?
So normally, like, you can even ask my wife this. It's like I do everything in threes in regards to like, what's your favorite so and so?
Yeah,
and I do. For the most part, it's like my top food or whatnot. It's like and whatnot. But anyway,
okay.
Oh God. Okay, here we go. Top 3 bands.
Give it to me.
Number 3, and I do ties. That's my thing too. I do like it's a tie between so and so and so and so. Can I do that?
I guess.
Okay. It's for third place. It would be a tie between like a modern hardcore-ish band called The Ghost Inside.
The Ghost Inside.
Or a power metal band that I first kind of didn't like, and now I'm super infatuated by them.
I'm gonna write some of these down. I might have to check these out.
Called Halloween.
Halloween?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a movie or something.
It's the most over the top, like.
So
there's a lot of bands, man, that I'm giving this.
Ghost and what?
The Ghost Inside.
Okay.
That was the first album I heard when I got out of the Army. That like,
all right.
You know those songs or albums that like have like an emotional connection with you.
Okay.
The whole album,
Halloween.
The whole album from The Ghost Inside, it's called Get What You Give.
Okay.
I believe that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that, but that whole album like described from like the start of basic training to the last track that talked about like getting out. It was
really?
the most. It was
were they in the military?
No, not at all. It's like it's just like, you know. I'm not gonna say angsty hardcore stuff, but
okay.
But they, they got. I mean, as does anyone, they got their own fair share of stories to tell through music, and it just. And when you make that comparison, like that, it's such a good album.
Music definitely got me through like deployments and stuff, and even out of the military. Like music gets you through stuff. I don't know. Music is the shit. I don't know. It just touches certain chords that you can't touch with other things. It's just something about that type of art.
You know what? Take Halloween off. That's going to be my number 3. But Halloween is a really good band that if you like 80s metal, like the progression into power metal or into the transition to power metal, it's good. Okay.
Give me another 2. Give me number 2, man.
Number 2 is going to be by another, it's the genre is like metalcore. It's a band called Bleeding Through.
Bleeding Through. I'm writing these down because I'll check some of these out. Okay. Bleeding Through. That's your number 2?
Yeah. The lyrics just out of this world. No. I mean, they got that, but I mean, like, just the lyrical composition of just like how everything flows, and the time, the tempo change, and just like when the breakdown hits, it's just it's not the generic like splash splash hit splash 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 hit like.
Okay.
It's not
no basic bitch metal.
No, I mean they got it, and those are cool, but at the same time, it's just I mostly listen to that band for like, the lyrical content, and it's just so infatuating.
All right.
So
that's 2?
That's number 2.
Okay, so 2 was Bleeding Through. What's number 1?
Number 1, I
want to know.
I always butcher their name. They're a Norwegian black metal band. Black metal is like in a nutshell like satanic, and if you want to categorize it like black metal.
We have a drummer that's in my program. It's either black metal or death metal.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I have his card. Nyctophile is the name of the band.
Okay. Oh, I think I checked them out when they came on last podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to his next show. Vic Karam, the band Nyctophile. But go ahead. So, how do you pronounce the band's name?
Dimmu Borgir.
Dimmu Borgir.
DIMMU space BORGIR.
DIMMU.
Yeah, space
BORGIR.
So
Okay.
like with them, that was the first band that I heard that was like, so I knew Slipknot, I knew Rammstein, I knew
Would you conclude
Iron Maiden.
Mudvayne?
I like some Mudvayne. I saw them on their last tour,
Probably
before they broke up.
Crazy.
But anyway, I knew like the industrial like keyboard synth side of stuff when I heard Rammstein, and then I knew like the metal side of just like, you know, just the wildness of through Slipknot. And then, again, this is like 2003, 2004.
Good times though. That's when I was just out of high school, so and in the military. So
the metal between, I think the metal that
there you go. Dimmu Borgir, BORGIA.
BORGIR. Yeah, I got you, Tommy.
Oh, BORGIR.
Yeah, you got it.
BORGIR. Okay,
yeah, we got it right.
Because they said A there. Oh, they fixed it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But and this is before I like knew what was coming out of Europe and stuff, and like fully. And then my buddy handed me this album. It was called Death Cult Armageddon from Dimmu Borgir. I know these names are just like
Death Cult Armageddon,
and I put it on, and it just blew my fucking balls away.
Your mind.
Because it was just like synth. They had orchestra. They had clean vocals. They had the harshness.
Clean vocals, I think are very, for me personally, clean vocals are important. I mean, I can listen to stuff without clean vocals, but sometimes if I can hear if I like what I hear, like, you know, with the instrumental, and I have clean vocals, I'm like, oh, I'm about to really get into this.
Yeah,
like, this is sick. This is hard.
Oh, my brother CB, Caesar.
Quick Cesar Bustos.
I know you
who got you into metal. So like the big bro coming to take credit via the comments section.
He does not. I'm sorry, I gotta say, you do not like metal. However, you like Black Sabbath, and I can appreciate that.
So at the big bro.
So the best thing about this is we went when we were kids. We went to Vegas one time.
Yeah.
He put on Black Sabbath's Paranoid, and that's still like a, you know, it's like kind of like the bread and butter of like a lot of rock and metal.
Yeah.
That influenced him, and he's like, I want to play this one song. The entire 4-hour drive from California to Nevada. Planet Caravan, I will never ever listen to ever again. Because he
ruined it.
It's such a good song. I heard it one time, like when I got like just on a whim, and I'm like,
so he ruined it for you?
He ruined it.
That's what big brothers are for. They ruin things for you. That's what they do. That's what makes them great.
And oh God, it was. I love you, but damn, man.
You're a son of a biscuit. You're a son of a biscuit.
So, but anyway, that's my top 3 if I had to choose live or death right now.
So, yeah, we got Ghost Inside at number 3, Bleeding Through, and then Dimmu Borgir.
That's how, yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, you told me, I asked you, who you trust. You said your wife, your mom, and music. I thought that was cool. Those are some definitely
and like, you
know,
people
and things.
Yeah, and you know, wife for obvious reasons.
Yes,
I mean,
gotta trust the person you marry.
Yeah, she's. I put her through more. I think I put her through a lot more crap than
trial by fire. You gotta. If I'm getting married, which obviously I am married. You got to put him through the
ringer,
you put
man.
Him through the ringer. You think I'm about to lock down on on a technicality or something? And no, we gonna work.
Go all the way, yeah. And you know, I mean, man, I love you to death, Hazel. So
thank you for putting up with
a lot.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine. I've
And then my mom, again, obvious reason. You know,
big ups to moms across the world.
Moms.
Mama.
Feel me.
What's that?
What is it? Oh, Moms.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm throwing some gang signs. I don't wanna do that.
We're not affiliated. We're good.
And then music. As big of a metalhead as I am,
Mm-hmm.
I do like a lot of. I try to be as eclectic as I possibly can, because without being eclectic, yeah, seriously, man, it's like if you're not, you don't know the world. So, in regards to, I mean, I don't go around listening to like soundscapes from like tribes that make no sense to me. I mean, I've listened to it and it's interesting, and I would encourage anyone to listen to that. But I'll listen to country. I listen to classical. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
Wagner is like one of the best composers ever, and I recommend anyone. I think he almost outbeats Mozart. I think you should.
I'm down with some Igor Stravinsky. The Rite of Spring just stole my heart.
Yeah.
We're gonna be wrapping up pretty soon, but before we do, I liked what you said when I asked you what's been your most valuable life lesson. That it can all end in a blink of an eye. So why go through life blindly following, and just blindly following?
Yeah.
What is that? And just to leave us on a positive note, or something inspirational. What does that really mean?
I guess the best way to break it down would be, we all know the crowd. We all know the crowd of people that listen to
the herd of mass men.
And it's fun to be a part of the crowd. I'll be the first to admit it. I think a lot of people want to be a part of the crowd to like understand, how society works and how culture is and how popular culture is. But at the end of the day, when you look at the bigger picture things, it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a consumer. I consume the shit out of things.
bad.
But if you're gonna be doing that, you might as well make a name for yourself, even if it's only yourself that's gonna be heard. When in regards to like blindly following, people are just all that I know that want to travel. Like, for instance, want to travel. Like, oh, I'll get to it one day, but they never do, and they end up, dying, and they don't do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Every 4 months, I go somewhere.
Nice.
And I want to know I don't want to sound like I'm like a really, really filtered out, like, sorry, Anthony Bourdain, in the sense of like, go and know like what's out there, the food, the people, the sounds, the smell, the music, the energy. You need to know that in order to like, bring back what you need to know when you live here. And if you don't do that, you're just blindly following the herd of just like, I'll get to it eventually, but right now I got to listen to that new fucking Taylor Swift, or, I got to go get my Starbucks. And it's like, okay, that's cool and all, and I appreciate that, but how much do you know about the world? Are you educated? Do you, do you have goals? Do you aspire to be something past, the next tweet?
Yes.
And
do you aspire to be something past your last tweet or share?
So I guess it's not as positive as I thought it would come out, but at the same time, it's like, that's.
I just wanted your opinion.
Yeah,
that's enough for me, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap it up, brother.
All right.
I want to thank my guest, this awesome guy, Vincent Bustos, Fennos, whatever,
Bustamante.
Amazing person, Army veteran. Thanks for coming on. We had our own military vet week here on the 17-year memorial of September 11th. So I'll say it before I say it again. Don't stress. Stay blessed. Don't stress. Stay tuned to the Black Aaron broadcast. I'm gonna play my music. Keep doing the robot. Keep doing it. Keep doing the robot. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Gang. He's a funny young guy to talk to. Always seem to have a good talk. Always coming back around. Have a friend and have a come and try to sit down with him. Have a drink and have a talk. Smoke a blunt, maybe it's whiskey. Think about the world at large, cause Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Sarah Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like... It's the Black Aaron broadcast.